The story begins with a boy named Number 3 and his protector who were hiding in the middle of the forest. Suddenly, some mysterious creatures attacked them. Number 3 tried desperately to escape, but was eventually caught by the Megadorian commander. He took out the Number 3 necklace and killed her. After this, we see a girl named John. He was with a beautiful girl in the sea. Then suddenly his legs started glowing and he screamed in pain. Then suddenly he saw a glimpse of Number 3 and he realized that something very bad was going to happen. People nearby made a video of John and started making fun of him. After some time, his guard Henry came there, and when he saw the wound on John's leg, he understood that Number 3 had been killed. Now she immediately decided to leave this place with John. Before leaving, he also played all the photographs. We soon learned that John and Art and the charismatic kids are actually aliens who fled their home planet Lauren after their planet was attacked by dangerous creatures called Megadorians. These were the same strange, bald people whom we had seen in the beginning of the story. Being his protector, it was Henry's job to save his life even at the cost of his own. Megadorian was killing them all according to the number, and according to the marks on John's leg, numbers 1, 2, and 3 had been killed. After this, both of them went to live in an old house in Paradise City. Then a lizard also followed them and reached here. Then Henry completely erased John's identity from everywhere so that the Megadorium could not reach him by doing anything. Suddenly he heard 2,000 voices outside the house. Actually, it was the same lizard which had now transformed into a dog. John decided to adopt the dog and named him Bernie. Then, late at night, Henry hid a mysterious box in a clock in the house. When Number 6 reached the old bungalow, she did not find any sign of John and Hendy. Ultimately, he set the entire bungalow on fire and caused an explosion. And then it is revealed that fire cannot do any harm to this girl. On the other hand, when John decided to go to school, Henry took a promise from him that he would not let anyone know his truth. Later, when he reached school, he saw a girl named Sarah, and John liked her very much. After this, his teacher asked Sarah to show John to school. After some time, John saw that a smart boy named Mark was harassing the child with his friends. Then John extended his hand of friendship towards that noble boy, Sam. Then after school was over, John noticed that Mark was again troubling him in the evening. John got angry and picked up a football and beat one of Mark's friends. Then John saw that Sarah was secretly taking pictures of him. On the other hand, when they reached the bungalow after leaving the malls, they realized that Number 4 was still alive. That night, John found a website on which Sarah used to post her pictures, and there were many pictures of John in them, but soon, Henry deleted all the photos because he wanted to keep John hidden. Then the next day, suddenly John's hands started glowing with very bright light in the clouds. John ran into the storeroom in panic and tried to switch off the lights. On the other hand, Henry also saw the same light in the clock, and he immediately reached John's school. He calmed John and said that this light meant that John's powers were awakening. Then both of them came home, and Henry said that now John will become more powerful, so he will have to learn to control his powers. Now John went out and tested his strength, and here his dog was secretly keeping an eye on him. On the other hand, the Megadorian commander also came to the city and bought food from the entire supermarket and fed it to his huge soldiers. Here John suddenly met Sarah, and both of them left for the city. Then she saw Sam, who was with his stepfather. Then Sarah brought John to her house for dinner and introduced him to her parents. Sarah's mother advised that Sarah is very fond of photography. That is why she should go to the carnival fair at night. Should go in. After dinner, Sarah brought John to her room, and when John came to know that Sarah likes taking pictures, but does not like getting herself photographed, suddenly, at that very moment, Burning came outside the house and started barking loudly. After some time, John was forced to go with him. Then the next day, Sam asked John what happened to his hands, but John postponed the matter. After this, when he opened his locker, suddenly the pink color kept by Mark fell directly on his face. Then John's hands started glowing again, and somehow he controlled his anger and went away from there. After this, when John and Sam were cleaning paint in the bathroom, Sam told her that his real father was doing research on people who came from another planet. But then suddenly one day, he went missing. Sam believed that he was still alive. Then Henry did some research on this Sam's father, and he reached an abandoned factory where Sam's father used to conduct experiments. He saw many mysterious marks on the walls, and then his eyes fell on a sparkling stone lying on the ground. Sarah and John met at what is called a locator at night, and went to the haunted house. As soon as they reached the beach in the middle of the forest, Marg and his friends attacked them. They beat John badly and kidnapped Sarah and brought her to Mark. Now, John was forced to use his powers, and then Sam secretly saw him. Ultimately, John got them all together and got rid of everything. Later, when John broke a light with his power, he realized that his powers had increased further. After this, he went straight to Sam's house and told him his truth. Then Sam was convinced that his father told the truth about people coming from another planet. Did John then take a promise from Sam that he would not tell this secret to anyone? The next day, Ma Kebab, who was a policeman, came to John's house and threatened him because John had beaten his son, but John said so he did not do anything like that. After some time, Henry saw that the video showing John's leg in the sea had gone viral, and Henry was not able to remove it from everywhere. That is why he decided to leave from here along with John. But John flatly refused to go anywhere because now he had started loving Sarah. On this issue, there was a scuffle between Henry and John. Then after some time, John got the news that someone had kidnapped Henry. And to save her, John will have to go to a secret place. Now John took Sam along and set out towards that place. After reaching there, John asked Sam to follow a man, and he himself entered a deserted house. Soon his eyes fell on Henry, who was tied up by someone. It is revealed that Henry was kidnapped by 2 researchers sent by Marx. Then suddenly a Mogadoria attacks them by blowing the door, and then Henry discovers that strange thing. John and Sam took the opportunity and ran away from there. Then Sam's car key was lost somewhere, so John used his power to start the car. But before they could go, the Mogadorian reached there and stabbed Henry in the chest. Well, then Sam drove the car, and Henry gave his special knife and locator to John and said that Sam's father was using this stone to find those charismatics who came from another planet. With this, Henry's last moments came, and he told John while dying that he would have to find more people like him, because only together their powers can destroy the Megadorians. Some Megadorians reached the researchers' house and killed them with a sharp device because they had failed to catch John. On the other hand, the city police searched John's house and declared him a terrorist. Sarah also became suspicious of him and started questioning John. On the other hand, when Sam and John were in the car, the person in front told him that Sam still had a part of the sparkling stone which his father had found while doing research in Mexico. After this, John went to Sarah's house and told her the whole truth, and Sam suddenly found burning, in which he helped Sam in finding the stone. But soon the police reached Sarah home and surrounded both of them on the terrace. Suddenly, Sarah's foot slipped and she fell down from the terrace, and fortunately John saved her life by stopping her in the air with his face. After this, both of them ran away, and on the way, he easily blew up the police car. Then both of them quickly ran away and hid in the school. On the other hand, Mark and his father took the form of trucks full of girls growing up in Mark. Then the Mogadorian commander threatened Mark and asked him to take him to John. On the other hand, Sam informed John that Marx has surrounded the school. Now John and Sarah were looking for a way to escape when suddenly number 6, that is Jane, came to help them with her special weapon. Megadorians and their beach are terrible. The fight started, and soon Jane killed 2 of them with his speed. On the other hand, Marx attacked them with his demon lizards. So suddenly Burning also turned into a dangerous monster. The dreaded lizards pounced on Sam and John. But then Bernie got angry and created havoc all around. After a long and difficult battle, Bernie killed the flying lizards, and after getting injured, he returned to his true form. On the other hand, the condition of the chain was also very critical, but John on Ionberg cured it with his powers. Till now, even he did not know that he had any such power. Well, later both of them together faced Moscow and eliminated them. Then John, Jean, and Sam ran towards the field, but there the commander was waiting for them with his monster. Once again, John and Jean together killed all the guards, and now they were about to kill the commander too, when suddenly a strange creature caught hold of Jean. Then John helped him with his tremendous strength, and in the end, by making a loud explosion, he also put a commander into deep sleep forever. Luckily, both John and Jean were saved because of Jean's fire survival skills. Then the next day, they joined the two parts of the stone, by which they also got to know the rest of the people who came with them. Then suddenly Mark came there and gave Henry's resimus to Dabad John. Finally, Sam also joined his team and started searching for the people.